I don't think that this is about me, Hailey Bieber, and Selena Gomez. This is not about this pitting between two women and division between two women. It's about vile, disgusting hatred that can come from completely made up and twisted and perpetuated narrative.
It's a story that has captivated the public for years. The complex and often tumultuous relationship between pop superstars Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez, and the entrance of model Hailey Bieber, née Baldwin, into the mix. The tabloids have had a field day, painting a salacious narrative of love triangles, social media feuds, and shattered hearts. But now, in a brave and candid new interview with the circuit, Hailey Bieber is ready to set the record straight. Please don't forget to subscribe and like this video. It is free and help us bring you enjoyable content. And of course, watch till the end. With a poise and vulnerability that belies her young age, the 26-year-old opens up about the very real challenges of navigating life in the public eye, the strain of being constantly compared to her husband's ex, and the importance of mental health. In a refreshingly honest and at times humorous dialogue, Hailey pulls back the curtain on her side of the story, challenging the preconceived notions that have long surrounded her relationship. Brace yourselves, readers. This is no ordinary celebrity interview. Hailey Bieber is about to take you on a journey of self-discovery, empowerment, and the powerful reminder that there are two sides to every story. Prepare to have your perceptions shifted and your heart touched in ways you never expected. It's a balmy afternoon in Los Angeles, and I'm seated across from Hailey Bieber in a cozy corner of a trendy cafe, sipping on iced coffees and getting ready to delve into a conversation that promises to be anything but ordinary. Hailey, clad in a casual yet chic ensemble, exudes a quiet confidence, the kind that comes from someone who has weathered the storms of public scrutiny and emerged stronger for it. As we launch into the interview, it's clear from the outset that Hailey is ready to address the elephant in the room, the ongoing narrative surrounding her relationship with Justin Bieber and his ex-girlfriend, Selena Gomez. I think that for a very long time, there's been this public perception that I'm somehow the villain in the story, she begins, her voice tinged with a hint of weariness. And that's something that I've struggled with, because it's simply not true. Hailey leans forward, her eyes earnest and her body language open. I know that the media loves to create these elaborate storylines and pitted narratives, but the reality is much more nuanced than that. Justin and I have had our own journey, our own challenges, and our own growth, and that has nothing to do with anyone else. She pauses, taking a sip of her coffee before continuing. I think it's important for people to understand that just because two people were in a relationship in the past, it doesn't mean that they can't move on and find happiness with someone else. Justin and I have built a beautiful life together, and I'm proud of that. But that doesn't negate the fact that he and Selena also had a meaningful relationship. Hailey's words are measured, her tone both thoughtful and firm. I know that the public is fascinated by the idea of a love triangle, and that's understandable. But the truth is, Justin's past relationship with Selena is just that, the past. It's not something that defines him or our relationship. We're our own people, with our own story to tell. She pauses, a wry smile playing on her lips. And let me tell you, it's a story that's a lot more fun and lighthearted than the one the tabloids like to spin. Justin and I are always laughing, always finding the humor in the absurdity of it all. We don't take ourselves too seriously, and I think that's important in a world that can sometimes feel so heavy and overwhelming. Hailey leans back in her chair, her gaze unwavering. I know that people are going to have their opinions, and that's okay. But what I hope they'll take away from this is that Justin and I are happy, healthy, and thriving, and that's all that really matters. We're not trying to compete with anyone or prove ourselves to the world. We're just focused on loving each other and building a life that's authentically ours. As the conversation shifts, Hailey opens up about the mental health challenges that have come with being in the public eye. It's no secret that the entertainment industry can be a brutal and relentless place, she says, her brow furrowed in contemplation. There's this constant pressure to be perfect, to have it all figured out. And that can take a real toll on your mental well-being. Hailey recounts the early days of her relationship with Justin, when the media frenzy surrounding them was at its peak. It was overwhelming, to say the least. Everywhere we went, there were cameras, there were people shouting, there were constant comparisons and judgments. It was enough to make anyone feel like they were going crazy. She pauses, her eyes taking on a faraway look. But I think what a lot of people don't realize is that even though we're in the public eye, we're still human. We still have the same fears, the same insecurities, the same struggles as everyone else. And it's important to me to be open about that, to break down the stigma and show that it's okay to not have it all figured out. Hailey's voice grows softer, more vulnerable. There were times when I would just break down, when the weight of it all felt like too much to bear. But I'm grateful that I had Justin and that we were able to lean on each other and work through it together. It's a testament to the strength of our partnership and the importance of having a solid support system. As the interview continues, Hailey speaks candidly about the challenges of being constantly compared to her husband's ex-girlfriend, Selena Gomez. It's not easy, I'll be honest, she admits, her brow furrowed. There's this constant pressure to be better, to be more, to somehow measure up to this idealized version of a relationship that the public has constructed. Hailey shakes her head, a wry smile playing on her lips. But the reality is, Justin and I are our own people. We have our own unique dynamic, our own way of loving each other. And that's not something that can be replicated or compared to anyone else's relationship. She pauses, her gaze unwavering. I know that the comparisons are inevitable, and that's something I've had to come to terms with. But what I've realized is that the only person I need to be is myself. I'm not trying to be Selena or anyone else. I'm just trying to be the best version of Hailey that I can be. Hailey's words are laced with a quiet confidence, a sense of self-assuredness that comes from having weathered the storms of public scrutiny. At the end of the day, Justin and I are in this together. We're a team, and we're going to continue to build a life that's authentically ours, regardless of what anyone else thinks or says. As our conversation draws to a close, Hailey reflects on the lessons she's learned and the advice she would offer to others navigating the challenges of life in the public eye. I think the most important thing is to stay true to yourself, she says, her eyes sparkling with conviction. It's so easy to get caught up in the noise, in the constant need to prove yourself to the world. But at the end of the day, the only person you need to impress is yourself. Hail. And who knows, maybe Hailey herself will even join the conversation. After all, she's shown us that she's not afraid to speak her truth and challenge the preconceived notions that have long surrounded her. So let's get the dialogue flowing and see where it takes us.